We will work with China and Russia. These are the words of Julius Malema. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to take you through that. Kings and Queens, your majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for always returning. Trust you and yours are well and you're loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you, my team subscribers. You are loved, celebrated, and appreciated. So we will work with China and Russia because there is a big difference between China and Russia. These are the words of Julius Malema. And why did Julius Malema say this? Because there are questions rising from left to right center. Why are you allowing Russia to come? And, it's like you are diverting from Europe and America. You're diverting from the American government, the French government, the British government, and you're diving towards Russia and China. These questions are questions that is being asked every day. We've talked about this before, but I'm bringing this to you in another way today so that we look at what Julius Malema is proposing and see if something good is going to come out of that for the motherland as well. Now, if you look at the relationship between the collective West and the motherland, you discover that it is a one-sided one. Okay, a lot of you know this. You have been following me. If you've been following me, we've been talking about this. It's one-sided. They only come and give peanuts and go out with something that is more than that which they are bringing. And they always entice our leaders with money. Okay, we are giving you this, we are giving you that. And our leaders do not think about anything again. The moment they hear money, they're giving. They sign those deals and put the motherland in the mess that the motherland is in today. So when the Russian people and the Chinese people started coming close, the fear arose. I think I've been talking about China here. There's a lot of things that the Chinese people are doing in Africa that should not be done. The way Chinese are roaming about Africa free of charge, doing what they want to do. An African cannot roam about China like that. This is a fact, oh. The way they are in Africa, creating business and establishing themselves. Chinese are the owner of StarTimes. And StarTimes is one of the satellites that Africans use. Okay, one of the major satellites that Africans use is owned by China. There is no African company that can go and establish in China the way Chinese companies are establishing in Africa. Chinese, went to the level of having their police stations in part of Africa. It is after the agitation of people that those police stations started, they stopped getting popularity. It's like they started closing it down because the African people started agitating and talking to their government. I don't know if they've closed those police stations down. But we knew that China had more than 15 police stations across Africa. So when their citizens commit a crime, they don't take their citizens to the police stations that Africans go to. They take their citizens to their own police stations. Do Africa have any police station in China? The answer is still no. There are Africans who are molested. There are Africans who are treated badly in China. We hear this story every day. And so the fear comes in. Are we not making the same mistake we made with Europe and America? Because if we say we are running from evil and then we are running to another evil, then we are making a grave mistake. And then Malema is here to give us reasons why he still feels that Russia and China are still the best option. A lot of Europeans and Americans are like, Africans are making the worst mistake in their life to even accept China. China was the worst. Look at what China is, to accept Russia. That Russia is the worst. Look at what Russia is doing to Ukraine. Mind you, the war in Ukraine between Ukraine and Russia is not just Ukraine. Ukraine is just a country caught in between. Ukraine is that sacrificial lamb that NATO decides to use to get people's sympathy and at the end hates Putin. All right? Remember, then new Putin wanted exposing something. And then they started with this whole project. I call what is going on between Russia and Ukraine a project for NATO. It's a NATO project. They are the one funding the Ukrainians. They are the one funding Zelensky, giving him tactics. In short, there's a specific amount they remove every month to fund the war that is going on between Russia and Ukraine.
China, Russia, we're going to work with them on our own terms. The Chinese don't go around Africa stealing anything from Africans. Your corrupt leaders overcompensate in exchange for something personal. That's what happens. The Chinese don't steal anything. One, they are in business. When the more you give them, the better for them. Why must they say no? Your leaders are not negotiating in good faith. They are negotiating with their families in mind. That's why they overcompensate. So we have no such a relationship with China. We've got a socialist and developmental relationship with China, and we know that China will help us. Russia is not our friend ideological. We are with Russia in its fight against Ukraine because we know it's a NATO fight. It's not a Ukraine fight. So that NATO can expand its territory and be closer to Russia and undermine Russia. For that, we'll be with Russia because we can't allow territorial expansion of imperialism and colonialism in whatever direction. But Putin is not left. The government of Russia is not left ideological. If anything, Putin will be more aligned with the US in terms of policy and ideology, except their fundamental differences on imperialism, where Russia feels that America wants to control it through expanding the military base of NATO, because the military base of NATO is an American military base. So we are with Russia in that context.
Royal Majesties, you heard Malema explain the reason why he feels that Africa would work with Russia and China, okay? Now, when he said the problem is not China, the problem is the corrupt leaders in the motherland, he has a point there. Yeah, Malema has a point. Because when you look at how our leaders behave, sometimes there are implementations and decisions they make on behalf of the claim is on behalf of the continent or their various countries in the motherland. Now you look at these decisions critically and then you ask, how is this for the betterment of the people? But it's for the betterment of himself and his own family members. What they will get. And that's why you see where proposals are brought in from different continents or different parts of Europe or America to a country in the continent. And the question that's anyway, I don't want to mention name. The question that the ministers will ask is, what do I get? What is my own? So they are interested in what they will get. The interest is not how will this benefit the masses? How would this benefit my people that I'm serving? It is, what do I get? What is my share? And so, they don't care whether the masses benefit from it. They don't care whether the resources of the that belong to the masses is at stake. What they care about is the profits they make from whichever deals they end up closing. And that is why we are in the situation we are in today as a people. And that is why it's like America don't want to leave. Even when they were kicked out of the Sahel, they are now procuring places in Tanzania and Ghana in another way. They don't want to leave. They feel like there must be someone that would accept us. These people are corrupt. So there must be someone that wants to fill his or her pocket. Let's keep roaming about. There must be a country that will allow us in. And that's why they always hang around. They don't want to go. Because they know they are ready to entice you with the money. And then you think of the now, you don't think of tomorrow. This organized body, this organized government, think of the future for their citizens. So whatever they spend today, as far as tomorrow will be better, they are okay. And that's why I tell you that these people are after the survival of their race. But the melanated people, we don't have survival skill. If you like, get angry. Everything that happens shows that we lack survival skill. Because if we do not lack survival skill, we will not be making implementations and don't think about tomorrow. Our leaders will not be accepting things. Look at these people. I tell you, those two major contracts that America procured in the continent of Africa, that worth billions of dollars. Do you think they are doing those things for now or for themselves now? Even those that went to spearhead those procurement of those contracts, they might not even live up to the next 40 years. But they went to do it. They don't care about their self anymore. It's future, the future of their race. And this is we here, Africans, where our leaders only think about the monetary aspect, what he will get at that moment to survive. Don't care about tomorrow. For the masses, you don't care. And you want to tell me that you have survival skill? We're not talking about survival skill in the context of an individual. We're talking about survival skill for a race. It is because of the kind of connection we have to the universe that we are still here. We don't think it's because of our own effort alone. Yes, there are some of our ancestors that are putting effort, that have died. They're putting effort for us to stay here today and talk like this. Yes. But if majority of our people put in effort, things will not be like this again. So don't get it twisted. It's the universe that is still making us survive like this. If not, it's like we're not even making any effort for ourselves to survive in the future as the original man. So this is the opinion of Malema. If you see truth in it, let me know. If you think otherwise, let me know. Leave your thoughts and opinion there at the section. And I'll see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others. Stay safe, stay positive. Always your majesties. Bye for now.